chapter 13,
Yeah,
verse
because
1.
I want to move on. Yeah.
When I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea.
Hey, Sakran, get
having
this.
7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns
Appreciate it, though, bro. Water.
and upon his heads the name of blasphemy.
That's going in NATO for the EU. And he's a little louder, but going in the NATO and the EU.
Okay, water.
Let me just say this.
Yeah, come. Go out, bro.
They don't teach that no more. They said the beast is talking about America. That's talking about America. And now read the second verse. I'm sorry. Go ahead and read the next verse. Read the next verse. Read the next verse.
Verse 2. All right, come. It says, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Leopard, that's going into the Greek. Correct.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Bear, those were the Medo-Persians.
No. Russia. Now that's something that now Ariel used to teach it this way. He said, why is the bottom of it, the feet of it, is the bear? Because the beginning of something is the head, right? The ending of something is the feet. That's the end of the kingdom. The feet of the bear, although it means Persia and the Medes, that's talking about Russia. Did that mean Russia joined forces with the beast? No. It just represents their downfall because it's the Russians that's going to bring them down. And that's how Ariel broke it down years ago, and I remembered that. But now the way IUIC break it down, they said it's talking about the Persian and the Medes, or the Persians. And Nate wasn't taught that way at the school. He wasn't taught that way, so he changes up. So read that again, please.
Yep,
and you can continue to break it down.
Yep, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Hold up.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
I believe that dragon is
not no
lion.
pussy and shit. That's going in the whorehouse.
Read that again.
The lion,
Y'all don't know back in the day.
Brit.
The dragon. Read that. Yeah, read that again.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Right.
And his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Right.
And the dragon gave him his power.
Right. The lion, like you said, the lion's talking about England, which Pastor did a video on it. He went.
Right. They said that the lion is talking about the Babylonian Empire. That America took aspects of the different empires. Ariel never taught it that way. All the scriptures, the prophecies that Nate go into, those are prophecies that he learned from the main school. Really started with myself because he was in my camp. The bar attested that.
Oh yeah.
So he completely changed it, man.
Yep.
All right?
That's what he does.
So in a nutshell, what does that beast represent? Anybody?
I was going to say NATO.
You said in the beginning, NATO. So what does a NATO consist of? America, Canada, which are part of NATO. NATO, America, Canada is part of NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and the EU is the economic body of it. So that makes up the beast. NATO and the EU makes up the beast. If somebody said, well, it's the UN, no. The UN works with the beast, but the UN is not the beast. So go ahead, y'all.
Yep. It says, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority.
So now what's the dragon? Anybody, what's the dragon? Huh? Yes, exactly. Roman Empire. Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
Because this system that we're living in today is everything is based upon the Roman Empire. Hey, now this guy Trump, I don't know if y'all up on this, but in the year 2026, he's gonna have what's called it's called a semi
quintessential. Yeah.
Does anybody know what a semi-quintessential is? Come on now, look it up. Semi-quintessential. By the way, those are Latin terms from Rome. Trump is calling for a semi-quintessential. What's a
Quintessential.
What?
Quintessential.
I'm sorry, quintessential.
Yeah.
Central.
So it's the 250th anniversary.
Thank you. So what does? So now you should know. Break it down. What does semi-quintessential mean? What does semi mean to? Nope.
Half.
Half. You got it. And what does quintessential mean?
Half of 50.
No.
500.
Who said that?
500.
Okay, good.
Good man.
So what does that mean? Semi-quintessential means what? Half of 500 years. What is he celebrating in 2026?
250 years.
250 years. So they're going to call it the semi-quintessential. And he did speeches on it. He said we're going to have celebrations of the greatness of America for 250 years. Now check this out. He said that he's going to have celebrations for the whole year. And all the states got to be involved in it. Right?
Yeah, 50 states, yep.
50 states got to be involved in it. What else did he say? I'm going to ask y'all this. I'm going to let them go. The average lifespan of an empire is what? Don't yell out. Okay, I know y'all know. What'd you say? 250 years. 250 years in Latin is what? Semi-quintessential. 250 years. So he's going to have, why is it going to be on 2026? When was the birth of the nation?
1776.
Count 250 years, it's 2026.
Wow.
So guess what? They say that an average lifespan is 250 years. So guess what? The Most High might take his ass out when he declares that year event. And he's coming like a Roman. And this dude is making fucking. I like the dude. I don't love him, but I like him because he became president. He's talking shit like he's president now. He said we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna hire this. I said, Dick, you ain't even the president yet, and you talking shit. You know?
It's almost like he is.
Well,
Biden is,
because who was he in the past?
Nero.
Nero.
Hey, Biden is so dead that it's almost like he is dead.
He's dead. He's dead, man. So let's go. Y'all got it.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as they were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
So that's Rome.
Speak loud, brother. Speak loud.
I was gonna say that's Rome. Rome went down, and the wound being healed is America coming back.
Very simple, right? Now, what have y'all been watching Nate on the sneak? Because I listen to him every week. How does he break that down? Can anybody tell me? Nobody's been window shopping? Nobody knows how he breaks it down? Huh? That's what he says about us. When he says you window, he's talking about IUIC watching GMS videos. A lot of them are watching our videos, man. So read that again, please.
God. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as they were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed.
So it was broken down correctly, right? So how does Nate break it down? He said it's talking about a picture of Caesar Borgia.
Oh, yeah.
He said that the image is talking about a picture of Caesar Borgia. And you're going to see that it says, when you read the rest of Revelation 13, it says the image whose head was wounded and came back to life. So we in the third verse, that's talking about the image. So what is Nate saying? That's a picture, that's Caesar Borgia. Then they go and say, and the image shall speak. You know what that means? He'll bring up a movie of Jesus Christ. See, he speaks. They losing it every day, man. They losing it every goddamn day. So go ahead, y'all got it.
And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with them.
Right, so nobody believes NATO and the EU can go down.
Right. Right.
It says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
I don't know the 42 months.
All right, you know what? Read that again. Read that again.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things.
Stop right there. What precept should come to your mind right now?
Daniel 7.
Daniel 7. Thank you. What does it say? Quote it. What does it say?
His look was more stout than his
Speak loud. I can't hear you.
His look was more stout than his fellow.
No, that's not what I want. That's good, but that's not what I want. One that spake, that's talking about the Babylonians. Come on now. Help me out. The horn did what? The horn that spake, right? Go to it.
The little horn.
Daniel 7. Go to Daniel
Oh, that
7.
little one that speaks.
7:21. Blasphemy.
Go to it.
Daniel 7:21. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them.
What horn is that? What horn is that?
America.
Thank you, America.
That's
You know
that.
what scholars say? Oh, that's talking about Antiochus
Antiochus,
Epiphanes.
yeah.
And you know why they say that? Because it seems like it's not Antiochus Epiphanes. When you read Daniel 8 and talks about the little horn, that's talking about Antiochus Epiphanes. All right? So now let's go back to Revelation where we left off.
The one horn that come out of the seven, the eight
Come
from
at it,
going
right,
into
that's
perdition.
Yeah, right.
Yep,
Actually,
yep.
it's the head.
Yep.
It's the head. You know,
Con.
you were close.
Come
on.
Head, yeah,
Right.
con.
Because that's a major power.
Yeah,
The
come.
horns are lesser power. Come on.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
So now, you wasn't sure of it. Can anybody help me with the 42 months? What does the 42 months represent? If you don't know, you're going to learn it tonight. Thank you, 350 years. When you add 42 months, it adds up to 350, which is represent 350 years. The bulk of the slaves got over here in what? 1619. And when this truth really started going out was 1969, 1970.
Yep.
Obadiah, when they went up into the nest, thence will I bring you down. They were in the midst of the Vietnam conflict, and when they came back and came out of drugs. Prior to the Vietnam conflict, nobody was doing drugs. Nobody was doing drugs. When them boys came back, all them drugs came from the Nam. The heroin, all that stuff. They weren't shooting needles and all that. That came after that war. That's when the system started going down. All right, let's go.
6th verse. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven.
Okay.
That's going into the rebirth. When Esau came out the caves, took Jake over in the 1500s.
Yep.
He changed iconoclasm. He changed the faces of the judges thereof. Right. 2nd Maccabees, 3rd chapter.
Put his face up as God, Son of God, the angels.
Job 9:24.
Job
Cover
9:24.
the face thereof. That's good. Good. Come on, let's go.
It says, and it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
Right, so that's going into when Esau got his power. Starting with Alexander from the Greeks all the way until Jacob's trouble.
Let me ask you this. Revelation 20, when he was chained for 1,000 years, what was the end of the 1,000 years? What year was that?
At the end of
Approximately year. The end of the 1,000 years when it came out. When did that end come? Huh?
Late 1300s?
He said 15. He said 1500s, which is right. The end of the 1400s. Christopher Columbus, Torquemada, they converted everybody to Christianity. You know, they took down the Moors. That's when Jake was ruling, man. How did they come? I'm gonna ask y'all a question. If y'all been watching my videos, when they came out of that state that they were in, what were they called? The wild man. The wild man. And they got documented. All you got to do is go to Google, type in wild man, and watch what pop up. An Edomite with no clothes on, like fucking Mike Tyson. Y'all saw the fight? Did y'all see it in the locker room?
Yeah.
That's why he got his ass whipped, man. He's all built. Then he turned around. You can see. I thought it was a flesh-colored, garment, shorts. He had a fucking, groin protector, and he had his ass out, man. And guess what? That dude Jake Paul had mercy on him.
Yeah, he did.
Jake Paul could have knocked his ass out. And I'm gonna say this: a lot of y'all may not like Jake Paul. A lot of y'all might think he's an Edomite. That dude ain't no Edomite.
Nah, man, he's a Jake.
That dude's a Jake.
You even got the name.
His name is Jake. Hold up, Jake Joseph Paul. Those are 3 Hebrew names.
Wow.
And you know what? The last 10 seconds of the fight, he bowed to Tyson. He bowed to Tyson, man. And that humbled Tyson.
No Edomite would do that.
No Edomite would do it. First
Edomite's
of all,
too proud.
I'm gonna show you that he's not an Edomite.
Right.
You see that chick that he's with?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all didn't see the chick that he's with?
Yeah, I saw it.
Man, only Jake can pull something like that, man.
His brother Logan, he's in the WWE, and that dude, he sells out pay-per-views, man. He's dynamic when it comes to wrestling.
His brother made 2 movies I like. It's called A Thinning. It's,
What?
The Thinning. It's
Okay.
one of them. The last one is called New World Order, I believe. They made it a few years ago. His brother,
Okay, they've been around, man. But they're straight up, Jay. What you got?
Wow, man.
There you go.
In his all his splendor and glory.
That's when they busted them chains. The Most High, the Lord busted them chains off them, and they had to get re-civilized, man.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that they got from Jake.
13 tribes.
Right. 13 tribes. How many saw the 13 tribes?
We were just going into that earlier.
Great movie. Great movie, man. When that movie came out, all the brothers from Connecticut saw it, and I couldn't see it because when I went to the theater, it was out of the theater. So you know what I said in my mind? I said, well, I guess I got to wait till the kingdom come, and I'll watch the movie in the kingdom. I was thinking that way. But eventually, it was this movie theater that we used to call the $2 Hoe.
Yeah.
Do y'all know what I mean by the $2 Hoe? Y'all don't know what I mean by the $2 Hoe? Movie theater
Talking
on
about
50th Street.
Yep.
Where let's say the Denzel movie came out.
Right.
About a month later, it'll go to the $2 Hoe.
Yep.
And it was $2 to go to the movie.
And the place was hooked up
And the
too.
place was hooked up.
It was hooked up.
And brothers would go there to meet girls.
Yeah.
You don't say they watch a movie,
Yeah, man.
We used to call it, we dubbed it the $2 Hoe.
Yep. $2 to get. Yeah.
So let's go.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. Matter of fact, 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world.
Right, so anybody who's not the elect, they're going to bow down to this new beast system that's coming.
You're gonna take that chip.
Take the chips. If you're one of the elect and you get scared, you don't know what to do, you're not going to take it. Trust me, most are going to put a spirit on you not to take it. And if you're a guy that's courageous and you about the scriptures and you've been this thing, and you go ahead and take it anyway, knowing not to take it, that means you never was the elect. Remember, you was the elect in the spiritual realm. You became a prophet because in the spiritual realm, it was already slated for you to come back as a prophet. If you was a prophet now, you was a prophet 2,000 years ago, 100 years ago, 500 years ago.
The spirit of the prophets is subject.
The spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets. And Mike Tyson, what was he in his past life? A gladiator. That's all he knows, man. You know?
Night.
Go ahead. You got it.
Ninth verse. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
That's self-explanatory. Come on.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Now, Esau killed us with the sword, right? So we're gonna kill him with the sword. So you had a vocab going back and forth with Captain Cesariak, and he says, well, the Lord said you can't kill your slave. And then Cesariak said, we're gonna kill you motherfuckers. What's the justification? The scripture that we're reading right now. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Yep, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Spake as a dragon. That's the two horns. That's the Democrats, Republicans.
That's it.
Spake as a lamb, meaning they speak peace but wars in their heart.
That's it.
Spake as a dragon.
So what does dragon mean?
Dragon?
The word dragon. There's a word that goes back to dragon.
Serpent.
Athens, like Greeks.
Draconian. Somebody look at right. Severe law. There was a man by the name of Draco, and he if you look the wrong way, he can put you to death. Look it up.
Athenian lawgiver.
Say again.
He's an Athenian lawgiver, right?
Yeah, which was a Jake, a wicked ass Jake that got off on fucking people up. So somebody look it up. Draconian law, origins of draconian law, whatever.
Go ahead.
I was watching one movie. I believe when Rome pierced the wall, they would use a dragon, a red dragon, to breach a wall.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. You know the what? You know the Roman army, the ancient Roman army. The military part was how was it structured? Anybody? How is it structured?
Legions.
Thank you. The legions. How many men consisted of a legion?
7,000.
Less than 7,000. A little less, almost 7,000. There was a movie called The Eagle, I think it was.
Yeah, I seen that movie.
The Eagle, and there was another one. Centurion. Right. Now the Eagle starred this guy, the white boy, the pretty boy.
Channing Tatum.
Right, which I believe he's a nigga. He ain't nothing but a nigga, look like a white boy. Anyway, he played the starring role in that movie. The reason why it was called the Eagle, because every all the troops, okay, on legions, every legion had to have that eagle, the golden eagle, and that was a spirit that went them to beat, and the eagle was taken away from his legion. I'm old, but anyway, he had to fight to get it back. That's the spirit of this guy, Trump. He's got a spread, and it's on YouTube, where they did a photo spread of him with an eagle. And at first he was scared, then the eagle calmed down, and you see pictures of Trump with an actual eagle. And the fucking eagle looks just like Trump. Where you ever see Obama with an eagle? None of them. That's Trump is Nero, man. Go ahead, I got
The definition of draconian.
Go ahead.
Draconian is an objective, it's like an adjective meaning of great severity that derives from Draco, an Athenian law scribe under whom small offenses had heavy punishments.
You jaywalk, they might have beat you to death. So, the lamb with the two horns, Republican, Democrat, plebeian, patrician, right? A lamb is something that, it's a nice little lamb, but when the lamb spoke as a dragon. America was this beautiful place that everybody could come to, but in reality, they're gonna switch up and speak like a dragon, Like Isaiah chapter 19, it speaks about a cruel Lord. That's Trump. Nero, he's gonna be the cruel Lord, man. And he hated the Israelites and the Christians. You know? Go ahead, y'all got it.
Yep, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and he causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
So that's America being revived, or Rome being revived through America.
There you go.
Treaty of Rome, etc., etc.
Wait a minute, I thought it was a picture of Caesar Borgia.
Got something real quick?
Go ahead.
See how that rolled out so nicely?
It's from a website called Tomorrow's World, how the Romans united Europe then and now. It says 2,000 years ago, the Roman Empire overcame similar hurdles. Ancient Rome created a cultural and political unity that led to history's most successful and longest lasting empire. Today, proponents of a unified Europe look back with admiration on what Rome accomplished. We'll scroll down. It says, over the last 50 years, we have witnessed the formative stages of this long prophesied event. In 1946, Winston Churchill called for the creation of a kind of United States of Europe. The Principality and Power of Europe, page 21. 2 years later, Churchill told the Congress of Europe, we hope to see a Europe where men of every country will think of being European as a belonging to their native land. In 1951, that's from a book called The European Dream, page 20. In 1951, 6 European nations seeking to prevent a future war, France, Germany, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg, signed the Treaty of Paris to form the European Coal and Steel Community. That treaty placed the long disputed industrial region between France and Germany under a supranational authority. And look at that word supranational authority. It means an organizational union that has power or authority that extends beyond a single country. So it says with regulatory powers, a legislative assembly, and the European Court. In 1957, the same 6 nations signed the Treaty of Rome, establishing the European Economic Community, EEC, which created a common market in European Parliament. Scroll down, jump down.
Sorry to hear.
All right. It says, it says Belgian politician Paul Henry Spaak was one of the founding fathers of the European Union, of the modern effort to unite Europe. Commenting on how it felt to sign the Treaty of Rome in 1957, he observed, we felt like the Romans on that day. We were consciously recreating the Roman Empire once more. The Signature of God, page 191. If you read up, it says, British journalist Boris Johnson noted, when did the continent of Europe last have one mind, one will, one government? Not since the fall of the Roman Empire. That's from the Dream of Rome. That's from a book called The Dream of Rome, page 30 and 31. Indeed, the use of Roman methods to create a unified Europe has not gone unnoticed. Johnson wrote, in many ways, the European Union can be seen as the inheritor of the Roman Empire, an attempt to unite this vast and desperate territory in the way that the Romans did. It is that memory of a peaceful and united continent that is so appealing, and that is why the latest and most ingenious attempt to build the Roman Empire should have begun in an eternal city.
Information.
Yeah, that was all right.
Gotcha.
Let me ask you all a question. The bringing together the EU, which originally was called the European Economic Community, EEC, eventually became the EU, European Union. They had a dollar. They had their own dollar called the euro, right? Which was a basket of dollars. Germany, France, and so forth, right? What gathering brought the EU together? Raise your hands. What gathering? What was it called? Only see 2 hands? 3 hands?
The Treaty of Rome?
Am I right? Is he right? Treaty of Rome. Come on. Go ahead.
They came together to come up against the Soviet Union.
That was NATO. That was NATO. NATO came before the EU. EU is economic, but it's the same beast, you know. Go ahead, you got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
That's when Esau. That's when he bombed Japan. Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Go ahead.
Yep, 14th verse. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Read that part again, please.
Yep.
Nice and slow.
Yep, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
Now, how in the hell is that a picture of Caesar Borgia?
Yes.
If you go to the history of Caesar Borgia, he was taking over another part of Spain, but he got caught out there without his men. He was a top guy. Everybody knew him. And I believe it was 3 or 4 guys on the other side that saw him and killed him, thinking he was just a regular soldier. Then they found out later on, oh, that's the famous Caesar Borgia. Now, why was it that he lost contact with his men? Because the Most High set him up. So he got wounded by a sword. Let's say it's him. Let's go with Nate. Yeah, Caesar Borgia. Picture Caesar Borgia. Where in the record did he come back to life? When you go back to the first couple of verses, it said was wounded with a sword and did live. So what's the image? The image is not a picture of Caesar Borgia. I'm not yelling at y'all. I know y'all know better. The image whose deadly wound was healed is the beast system, which includes America, which these guys say the beast is America.
Yeah.
That shows you that the Most High is taking it from him. Matthew's, was that Matthew 13, talking about the 12th verse. You know? So go ahead, you got it.
Yep, I got something.
Go ahead.
I looked up miracle real quick. Some stick out. It says a sign. It's like, maybe read the Greek. It's like in a blue letter. It's Simeon. I can't really say it. But it says a sign, a mark, a token. It says that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. But this is what I saw. It says a sign, a prodigy, a portent, and it says an unusual occurrence, transcending the common course of nature. So that atomic bomb was an unusual occurrence.
So,
that was never seen before.
Black Swan.
It's the same Greek word in verse 13 for wonders. So miracle just means wonders.
There we go. Technology. Come on.
Yep.
Speak loud, please. No, I'm sorry.
I got the real quick. The Greek word for image is G1504, and the word is the icon or icon, and it says an image, figure, or likeness. Now, when you go to the etymology of the word icon, it says the origin of the word icon comes from the word or the verb iconide, which means to seem or to be like.
So in the UK, you got this term called spitting image, and the term spitting image.
You gotta speak loud, brother. Y'all gotta learn how to speak loud.
I said in the UK, we have a term called spitting image, and the term basically means this: someone who looks very much like someone else. So basically, the image of the beast, basically America looked like ancient Rome or the ancient Greco-Roman Empire.
That term we use it in America too.
Okay, I thought it was a UK term.
Spitting image.
So y'all got it.
Yep. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, so that's going into the New World Order, the Great Reset. If you're not down with the New World Order, if you don't take the digital implant, you out of there, basically.
So the bottom line is, how many of y'all are ready in your mind to get your head chopped off? Because some of you are. So I'm ready for it. My mind is ready, bro. Chop my motherfucking head off. You know what I'm saying? Throw me in the garbage or whatever. Throw me out. I don't give a damn what you shoot me out into space. Because I ain't taking that motherfucking mark. No. And that's going to shake up all these Israelite groups. That's going to see who. Then you're going to. Well, then it shall be known who am I chosen, the elect.
What kind of life is that? You're walking around the goddamn chip and like you were, you know, come on, man. Esau can go fuck
it. I'm going to say this through the spirit. Them guys in the IUIC, a lot of them know that the chip is marketed beast. Because now they're kind of saying it. The last guy, he said they are going to give everybody a chip, but that has nothing to do with that. So what does that? So if everybody on the planet Earth get a chip, everybody on the, I mean, the billions of people that get a chip. Let's say 95% of the people are going to get a chip, but that's not in the Bible. The Most High forgot to put that in the Bible.
Yeah. And that C to the V to the, you know, the snake juice. That was a trial run for the. Yeah, that was a trial.
Run.
Yeah, that was a trial run for what they really want to do, which is that.
Because what they say, if you don't get it, you can't eat. You can't eat. There was fights breaking out.
Yeah.
And then what people found out was their relative that took it are not here no more. So it's going to be hard to get that thing. There's going to be a lot. 2025, we're going to be hell on earth.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Second Ezra 15, Second Ezra 16 is coming to pass. You know, because Trump want to push all the migrants out, and they ain't going down without a fight. So it's going to be rough out here, man.
Time of trouble.
The Jacob's trouble. Another scripture that Nate went off on. Oh, we're just going to go in the kingdom, la-di-da.
Yeah, now he's backpedaling.
Now he's back. And if you listen to me carefully, moron.
Yep, backpedaling.
Go ahead, speak loud, speak loud.
Since you said that about 2025, that a lot could happen, this is a quote by Vladimir Lenin. He said, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen.
Woo! It's a hell of a quote. Who said that, Lenin?
Lenin, yeah. Vladimir Lenin said, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen.
That means a whole lot of stuff is going, you know, the Most High going to dump a whole lot of trouble on America and the world.
Pandora's box.
Peace and safety.
Yeah.
Get the dump truck, boom, deal with that.
No wonder people are going to lose their mind. They're going to be like, well, look at, Pastor, look at what the Heavenly Father did to Job. Job was, you know, he's living his life, and all of a sudden all those adversities like dumped on him.
It was dumped on him. He lost all his children.
Yep.
His wife left him. He got boils.
Yep.
He was all messed up, and his wife, and he thought he had she was an actress. Should have got an Academy Award.
Yeah.
Yes, my love.
Yeah.
Yes, my love. You know, the movie. When she found out all them goodies was going, she said, man, fuck you. And fuck the Most High.
Yep. She told him to curse the Most High and die.
And then he looked at her like Richard Pryor at divorce.
Yeah.
Who is this bitch?
He said, "Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speak."
Because he didn't think she was a fool. She thought this is a real righteous. He was bragging about it.
She was playing that role.
And then until that goodies went, man.
Yeah.
When the goodies go, she gonna go too.
She go right along with the goodies.
That's right.
So those of you that desire to put your woman on a pedestal, think about that.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. Let me read it again. Have you break it down. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he calls us all, both small and great,
rich and poor,
No.
Free in bonds. Whether you outside, whether you locked up, whether you famous, whether you a so-called nobody, everybody's gonna have to bend the knee, except the elect. Go ahead.
Take that damn chip.
17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666.
Y'all got it. Go ahead.
666. Right. UPC code.
UPC code. So now, when you read that in the Hebrew,
Right.
I'm sorry, in the Greek.
The Greek, yeah.
What does it say in the Greek? Somebody get that real quick. Side sky stigma, right? What is a stigma?
Stick.
A prick, right? Which is a 6. You know. Hey, when you have sex with a woman, can you have sex with a woman that's not a virgin? No. Why is that? Why? Only time you can have sex. I never had no sex. I don't know what sex is.
Right.
I don't know what this shit is.
That's right.
The only time you can have sex with a woman is when you get her the first time.
Right.
Because what does the word sex mean?
Cut.
Right, which goes back to the word 6.
Right.
Sex, 6, scissors. Surgery, which goes back to the word, the number 6 means cut. You know? So right there, that's the chip. That's the chip. Anybody pull it up? The Greek word? Anybody pull it up?
Anybody pull it up?
I can't wait for the kingdom so I can give me a piece of box.
Yeah, a real woman. There it is right there. Kaisai stigma, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. We got all the receipts, baby.
So you know what's gonna happen?
All the receipts.
You know what's
There you
gonna
go.
happen? When this thing comes to pass, all these different Israelite groups, these fly-by-night Israelite groups, they're gonna all the people. They're gonna look for us.
Yeah.
They're gonna look for us. Cause we've been making the video. Every spirit get on you. Everybody make a video. Y'all made the videos. Y'all don't go into anything else. We go into a lot of things, but the main thing is that mark, because that's the next big prophecy. When John the Baptist came on the scene, what were they talking about? John the Baptist, because they knew that Elijah was going to come back, and when Elijah came back, Yahushua. So the prophecy back then, 2,000 years ago, they wasn't talking about the MOTB. They were talking about Elijah coming back and the Messiah coming back. And they said when he come back, he's going to take the Romans out. And he did say that in Luke 4, to set the prisoner free and all that. He said that, so they said he's the guy that's going to come and take the Roman Empire down. They didn't understand that there was 2 Roman empires. So he didn't tell you which Roman Empire he's going to come and save us.
Right.
Paul said there must be a falling away first.
Falling away first. Yep. And that man of sin be revealed.
And that man of sin be revealed.
He wasn't revealed back then.
He wasn't revealed. That who's coming is after the working of Satan. And
Yep.
so forth.
Yep. With all
With
power.
All the power and deceivableness.
That's his technology.
So if you guys are disenchanted about this thing, you better fast and pray and ask the Most High. Like I said earlier,
It's a demon.
I look forward to doing this.
That's right.
I get mad if sometimes I'm in front of the computer and I'm watching different brothers' videos and stuff. I was watching Chi-Town. I watch them. Y'all don't know. I watch y'all every Sunday. Man. You know? But this Sunday past, I decided to put a couple of, but I watch y'all every Sunday because I'm home in front of the computer. The notification come up, boom, I'm watching. Matter of fact, they're on 2 or 3 different channels. All right?
Yeah, Yahushua said, watch as well as pray.
Watch as well as pray.
I was thinking when the chick comes out, it's gonna be like the 10 virgins. The ones that are wise, 5 are wise and 5 are foolish. Because the ones that are fools, they're gonna come to the ones that are wise, and we're gonna tell them, go back into the marketplace and get that oil, because we ain't got enough for you.
That's exactly what it's talking about. So anyway, go ahead. And with that, we're gonna close
This
up.
is for the ones that take the check. Now, Proverbs 16 and 25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
So you don't want to die, man. You want to die at the hands of the white man. You don't want to die by the hands of the Most High. So with that, beautiful, beautiful job, beautiful lesson.
Right.
So we're gonna close up. Y'all can get out of here, get something to eat, whatever. And as soon as we get up in the truck,